let's watch this. Let's watch police interrogate.
Lindsay, did you cause harm to Hannah Weshy on March 8th?
I did not.
If I speak. Nah, fuck it. Chat, why does she look like Miss Piggy? Is that out of pocket? Why does she kind of look like Miss Piggy?
Did you cause harm to her on March 6th?
I did not.
Did you cause harm to her on March 7th?
I did not.
Why did you tell the police that you did?
Because I wanted to protect everybody.
And what do you mean by I wanted to protect everybody?
This is Lindsay Parton. Lindsay worked as a babysitter to not only her own children, but also a 3-year-old girl named Hannah. Hannah's father, Jason, would drop her off every morning before going to work, then pick her up at the end of each day. Jason worked in construction and did not make very much money, so Lindsay only charged him $30 for the day. Jason would begin to notice that his daughter would come home with bruises on her body, but he convinced himself that the bruises were from the children playing rough with each other. On March 8, 2018, Jason dropped off Hannah to Lindsay so she could babysit for the day. A few minutes after dropping his daughter off, Jason would get a phone call from Lindsay. She told him that something was wrong with Hannah and he needed to come back quickly. Jason would return to Lindsay's home to find Hannah struggling to breathe and unresponsive.
I was thinking to myself, there's no way that just falling on that concrete floor made her.
Well, I mean, maybe like his construction job, maybe he had like bills to pay and stuff like that. I don't know. If he's a single father, then I'm sure a lot of that money is going towards other stuff, like housing and all that shit. You know what I mean?
With bruises on her face. Yeah, before.
Or maybe like he's just getting like a shit construction job, but he's not getting paid.
So she had bruises on her face this week. Yeah. Where?
Before she fell the
Gotta work pressure washing
right here, and then she had one on her chin.
Shit, I got
this one on her chin from when she fell in the gravel.
That got worse. There was one on her chin before that, and then when she fell in the gravel.
So there's bruising before.
Yeah, it got worse. Yeah.
Hannah would be rushed to the hospital where she would remain in intensive care. Lindsay would be interviewed by the police, and she would explain that Hannah had fallen on a concrete floor. The detectives would begin to ask Lindsay questions surrounding Hannah's fall, and she would immediately say she needed to speak with a lawyer.
All right, do you want me to give him a call?
No, I want to call my lawyer. I'm completely, honestly telling the truth, and I would never lie. I wouldn't lie to anybody. Yeah.
Now, if you want to call your lawyer, I mean, do you still want to talk to us?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, look. Now, chat, asking for a lawyer does not confirm you're guilty by any means, but bro, this bitch guilty.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Always ask your lawyer. Don't say shit. Ask your lawyer. Always. Never say shit.
I'll do anything I can, though. Well, we do appreciate it. I'm honestly in shock. It was literally 30 seconds to a minute.
And look, in chat, if you do start talking and don't ask for a lawyer, bro, just remember, a good celly sleeps on his belly.
Him dropping her off and us walking in the house. And she collapsed. I didn't even shut the door behind me yet.
Lindsay claims that Hannah had been in her care for less than a minute before she collapsed to the ground. She also claims that she noticed bruising on Hannah's body over the past few weeks. Without actually saying his name, Lindsay is doing her best to turn the detective's attention towards Hannah's father, Jason. Before they have a chance to question her further, another officer steps into the room to confirm that Lindsay does in fact want to continue answering questions. Lindsay had asked for a lawyer a few minutes ago, so they need to confirm that she is in fact waiving her rights.
She looked up.
I have a couple questions I want to ask you.
Sure.
I hope she fucks up and goes.
Listen to me.
I think she does. I think she does go fuck up. I think she should like ask for a lawyer.
Because I've been meeting with my boss, if you've been talking about an attorney or anything, so I just want to make sure because I have a couple more questions I want to ask you, but I want to make sure you are still well aware of your rights.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to go.
What's more gay if you're in prison, sucking or fucking? I don't think it's. I mean, if it's prison, I don't think it's necessarily gay. I think that's just prison. I think it's just prison. I don't think that's really gay. Sucking or fucking. Probably, I don't know. Probably sucking, to be honest. If I had to choose one, I'd say sucking. But really, I don't think it's really gay. Okay, out of prison, which is more gay, sucking or fucking? So what's more gay, fucking a dude or blowing a dude? Probably getting fucked by or fucking a dude. I'm saying sucking. Probably fucking a dude. I mean, that's literally the definition of gay. Is if you're a dude and you're fucking another dude, that's literally just gay.
You should, right.
Like what?
I want to go through them one more time real fast, okay? Just to make sure I'm good with asking you a couple questions. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult an attorney. If you can't afford one be appointed for you free of charge, and you stop talking to myself or Detective Lambert at any time.
Okay, so what if it's like a spectrum? What's the most gay? Probably, like I said, if it's a spectrum, I would say getting fucked by a dude or fucking a dude is more gay than blowing a dude. I'm just gonna be honest, because like again, it's literally the definition of being homosexual is to fuck the same sex. So if you're a dude fucking another dude, that's definition being gay. So I mean, to answer your question,
are you okay answering a couple more questions, knowing your rights?
Yes.
Okay.
So she wait. So she fucking now you're fucking
a couple more questions. Rights, as I read them to you. Are you okay answering a couple more questions, knowing your rights?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's not gonna waive her lawyer.
Is this your phone?
Yes.
And you given, this is what we wrote down on the back.
Yes.
Would you give us consent to look in your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I punch that code in?
How do I think?
Like, good, fuck her. I want her to get caught, but like for real, like you're actually stupid.
After checking her phone records, the detectives tell Lindsay that her call to 911 took place over an hour after Jason came back to check on his daughter. They want to know why Lindsay waited so long to call for help.
Because she's fucking stupid.
When do you think that 911 call was placed?
I don't know.
8:20.
I don't care if I get arrested for speeding. I'm not saying tell shit to my lawyer there. Exactly. You never fucking say shit to cops.
Are you
Ever.
serious?
1 hour and 18 minutes later. Now,
Going to
what
sleep
you've
on that
done,
headshot.
That was bad.
that is bad. What you've done is said he was there this happened within seconds of him being there,
It really
and that
did.
child was there an hour and 20 minutes, giving him the benefit of the
Can
doubt.
I look at that real quick? I don't think you're right. Hold on, let me look at my time clock. Pull up my calls real quick. Pull up my calls when 911 was called. Because it was 7:20. Because I looked at the clock, it was that early. Go back to my call log.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Bro, stop trying to touch the phone. Fuck.
Yeah, 7:22 911 was called. I called 911 at 7:02.
So the cop's fucking stupid.
And him at 7:01.
Not shocking.
Well, I'm looking at the CAD report wrong.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Yeah,
You are right.
I called right away. I'm like, there's no way that it was an hour. It was right away. I mean, it happened within seconds.
Well, so he fucked up.
I'm telling you,
Smartest
the truth.
fucking
I swear
cop.
to God, I am not lying to you. I do not lie. I
You
would
know
not
she's
lie.
feeling good right now. You know that she's feeling like she's got a solid case now because she sat there and just proved the cop wrong. So you know she's feeling fucking good. Fucking.
I wouldn't lie. I just don't
All
lie.
right, hang tight.
So he
Okay.
fucked up. He's fucking smartest cop.
The detective realizes that he made a mistake when he examined the phone records. Turns out, Lindsay did in fact call 911 shortly after Jason came back to check on his daughter. Unsure of what to do next, the detective leaves the room to formulate a plan with the other officers. After realizing they have no further evidence to hold Lindsay, they gave her back her phone and sent her home.
That is
The next day,
fucking
they had
crazy.
Lindsay come back in for another interview.
Yep. Exactly where she fell and on her chin. She didn't even, her hand didn't even hit. Like what she was doing, and I can show you how she was running. Running like this, and then looked back and went like that. Literally.
Did she slide? Or?
No, it was just bam. Bam. Yeah. She did, and she got
I
right
can't
back up
imagine
and kept her
how
and I said,
like
"Hey, you're
has.
So all these small little bruises and the ones on the chin.
Yes, I know about those right there.
And even the one on
Yes, and I know the one on the chin, yep.
and the neck.
Yep. Yep, that's all
That's
this.
from that.
I
Yes.
couldn't imagine how
Okay.
far.
Yes.
This is
I saw it.
I mean,
The neck, it was, yes.
up under her chin like that, so.
Well,
She would have extended pretty far.
She went like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but
She wasn't on top of anything, she was walking.
well, so what happened, so say this is the door.
Yeah.
She walks right here, there was like, you know, one of those push cart that you can like serve things off of, it's like a
Serving.
cart, yeah. And she fell like that, and there was a wheel, I think she hit that,
Okay.
but I don't
She
know
wasn't on
that.
top of anything, she wasn't climbing or nothing, she was
Yeah,
walking.
she literally just collapsed in front of me.
Okay.
So you down?
I bent down, yeah, I'm like, well, at first I said, Hannah, are you okay? Get up. I thought maybe she like tripped over her pants or something, because sometimes she'll try to like take off her shoes while she's standing up.
Yeah.
And she didn't get up, and I'm like, are you okay? What's up? And she was like not saying anything to me. And so I picked her up, and I'm like, Hannah, I probably shook her, like, are you okay? And I shouldn't have done that, I don't know.
What do you know?
I don't know if I shook her, I just was like, Hannah, I was holding her, like, Hannah, are you okay? And then so I laid her down, and that's when I called Jason.
So she's fucking stupid.
And I said, Jason, there's something wrong with Hannah. She's not waking up. I don't know what happened. She just walked through the door and collapsed. I said, you need to come up here now.
So were you holding her during that time?
Well, no, I was.
You were down.
Yeah, I laid her down. I wasn't holding her very long, but like I didn't understand why she wasn't coming to. Like,
Yeah, and you're shaking her to get her to come to.
Oh,
How are you
shit.
shaking her?
not shaking her, just like, Hannah, are you okay? Hannah, are you okay? Hannah, are you okay?
Trying to
Like,
wake her. Okay.
In a very animated fashion, Lindsay describes the events of the day Hannah was injured. She claims that Jason had dropped Hannah off, and after she took off her coat, Hannah walked over to Lindsay, only to trip and fall. Lindsay then called Jason, and after Jason arrived, she called 911 to report what had happened. The problem the detectives have is that Hannah's injuries are not consistent with what Lindsay has told them.
and she
So
could
she's
have.
bullshit.
I honestly, I was just coming out of the door and
If you fall straight forward, you're not gonna have bruising over here and none in the middle.
Yeah.
And then bruising would have been
So I'm
here.
guessing she was, like,
Already
beating the
there,
shit out of the
there would have been no bruising.
That's a soft spot that your body naturally protects.
Yeah.
The way your body
That's why it's tucked in.
That's tucked in. And that's where we're getting, that's why we wanted you to come down and fill in some of these holes.
Yeah.
Because,
To me, that looks brand new.
Oh, okay.
That looks newer than even.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
So what it kind of looks like is that these are all from a different.
All right, good night, Yoda. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, and like I said, she is what I don't think that I really don't think that she's been hurt.
You know.
No, I honestly don't. In my gut intuition, I don't think that he's a bad guy. I really don't. I think that he
Because
is
you are.
real bad.
Here's one thing this is from a senior neurologist. Okay?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's telling us that the brain injury that she sustained was absolutely not 24 hours prior or even an hour prior. The injury that caused this, or the incident that caused this brain injury
Yeah.
was immediate.
That is
The detectives revealed their evidence by telling Lindsay that Hannah had been examined and the main injury to her head had been caused by blunt force trauma. The doctor who examined Hannah was able to create a timeline as to when the injury occurred.
So she got Molly
It seemed that major trauma was inflicted to Hannah's head right around the time she had been dropped off to Lindsay.
So a little kid got Molly Wild.
After Dad dropped her off, injured this kid to the point where she's unconscious. Or a dramatic fall, or something, or some sort of accident.
No, I mean, I believe you, but nothing
accidental
happened.
drop.
Yeah, no,
Something absolutely happened
Yeah.
while, when she walked in the door to the time she fell. That's the time frame that there's no doubt. It's not a question of, well, maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. There's no doubt. It absolutely happened.
Maybe one of the other kids like fucking smacked her upside the head, and that's what caused it. Because they said that she's also taking care of her children at the same time. So maybe one of her kids fucking did something and she's trying to cover up, possibly. That's my assumption right now.
During this time. And the only person that was there was a couple of kids and you.
Yeah.
That's what we're running into.
So, something.
I did not do anything to her.
But we're not saying you did.
No, I know. But no, I honestly, she did.
But we're just saying you know, okay?
I mean, you would have seen her, you saw her collapse. It was immediate that she collapsed after this.
You said you never lost eye contact with her. With the time she walked in, you followed her in and she collapsed. That's not possible. That's not possible. I believe she walked in.
Yeah, she did.
I did.
Yeah.
I believe all that. But as soon as you guys went into the house, something happened. There's no doubt. Listen to me.
I know.
There's no doubt that something happened. Something absolutely happened, okay? We're not going back to Wednesday. We're not going back to the morning that Dad had her. We're beyond even that. It's narrowed down by brain surgeons that it happened right before she hit the ground. That's when it happened. And you just told us, and you told us several times, that you were looking at her. It's not like she walked around the corner and you came around and was like, what the hell happened?
No,
You had eye contact with her the whole time.
Yes, sir.
But something caused her to collapse. She didn't just collapse.
Traumatic brain injury.
That's what this is.
Traumatic.
Okay?
Sailfish.
The detectives have Lindsay cornered. They tell her that something happened between the time Hannah was dropped off and when she collapsed on the floor.
Yep, she's full of
They
shit.
also give her a way out by saying they do not believe she did anything to Hannah, but they know she knows what happened. They also tell Lindsay they believe whatever happened was an accident. Lindsay creates another lie on the spot to explain why Hannah would suddenly collapse.
What accident caused this?
She fell on the door and hit the concrete step.
When?
Thursday morning.
Walking into the house?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So you can already tell just by the way she's talking, she knows, because the way she's saying it, as if she has some sort of relief in her voice. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I'm getting. She's definitely fucking bullshitting, obviously.
So when I opened up the door, she was coming through and she slipped on that concrete step and the metal part. She hit the metal part on her eye.
Which door?
The
Back
one,
door?
yeah, going into the house, the carpet. And so I got her back up, and she stood up and looked up at me and did say, I want a donut and couch, and then collapsed.
We appreciate you being honest there. I mean, it's an accident.
I thought it was my fault.
They know
I thought
she's
she was
fucking
having a
bullshit.
seizure, and I didn't want Jason to be mad at me, that she slipped and fell and I wasn't holding her. And I was trying to grab her blanket from her.
Here's the thing.
And I thought it was my fault that she was having a seizure. I thought she was having a seizure. I was scooping at her mouth.
The detectives tell Lindsay that they do not believe her, and again the injuries are not consistent with what she is telling them. Lindsay again makes up another lie, and this time she tells them that she was holding Hannah, and they both fell to the ground together.
And I fell, and she fell.
Where were you at when you fell?
Against the door, trying to get the door open. I was holding her, the blanket was kind of like falling because he had handed her to me, and I put her down, and then I picked her, no, he put her down, and when he walked out the door, I picked her up with the blanket, and it got tangled up, and when I opened up the door, it got tangled, and I slipped.
So are you on the concrete floor, or are you on the step, or are you on the top step?
I was getting ready, I was trying to step up to go inside, I lost my balance. The blanket got underneath my foot, and we both fell. She smacked her face on that concrete step, and I hit the door.
The detectives go through pictures of Hannah's injuries, and they ask Lindsay to explain each one. Lindsay needs them to believe that she did in fact fall with Hannah in her arms, so she confesses to causing some of the other injuries. She is hoping that because she is being honest about the lesser injuries, they will believe her about the bigger ones.
I didn't do that. I don't know.
Okay.
I really didn't do that. I don't know.
How does this happen?
I slapped her upside the head.
With what?
My hand.
Open, closed?
Yeah, open.
What caused that?
She took all of the, I don't know why she was in trouble. She took all the ketchup out ketchup, squirted it into the toilet while it wasn't working.
That's frustrating.
And I'm like, Hannah!
Yeah.
When I caught her doing the ketchup, I took it away and I put her on the body because I think she had to go pee anyway. I said, Hannah, you can't do the ketchup. I just slapped her upside the head and went like that.
Close.
Yeah, like that.
How many times? Don't say once.
Yeah.
Is it because the bruise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, what?
Lindsay was arrested and charged with child endangerment. However, Hannah would pass away due to her injuries, and Lindsay's charges would be upgraded to murder. Lindsay would plead not guilty and take the case to trial, where she would admit to lying to the police about hurting Hannah. She claimed that she would never hurt Hannah and only lied about it to protect people she loved.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bitch, why are you smiling? I did not mean to mute that. Bitch, why are you smiling? Like, what? Why do you have a grin on your face?
I do, sorry.
You're going to have to talk loudly.
I will try my best.
Okay. I talk loudly, so try to match my voice.
Okay.
Okay. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Lindsay Melissa Parton,
Okay. And Lindsay, what city and state do you live in?
Hamilton, Ohio.
Okay.
Of course this bitch from Ohio.
And how old are you?
37.
Are you married?
To me, I'm married.
Okay. And what does that mean?
We had a wedding. We went for a marriage license, but TJ's uncle that married us forgot it the day we got married, and we went on our honeymoon, and we got back. It wasn't important to me. A piece of paper is not important to me. Marriage to me is making
So you're not married?
commitment to the person and to God. Anybody can walk away with a piece of paper.
Okay. And your husband's name?
TJ.
Do you call him by other names sometimes?
In my phone, it's baby daddy.
Bro, also if a little girl falls on a concrete stair with the weight of an adult pulling her down, she'd be cut up way worse. This girl's stupid or dumb. Exactly.
Kind of our joke.
She's fucking so stupid.
Was there a time in your phone that he's called different than baby daddy?
Husband, he switched his phone numbers, so I just put in the new number. I didn't merge the contacts.
Okay. So the ketchup. Remember the story you told the detective?
Yes.
Was the ketchup story real?
No.
Here comes the fucking excuse me, chat. Here comes the fucking crocodile tears.
Why did you say that?
Because Hannah and Vivian always helped me cook. The day before we had mini corn dogs, and they were squirting the ketchup on the plate, and it was something that they had touched, that we had done.
Did you hit Hannah after the ketchup?
No.
Did you take her into the bathroom where she was squirting the ketchup and hit her?
No.
Why did you say you did?
Because I've had a friend, my friend Andrea, tell me that she's slapped her kid before and it's never been an issue. I just thought that would never be an issue. It's discipline. It wouldn't be anything that would get anyone in trouble.
Bullshit.
The case would go to trial, and the most damning evidence against Lindsay would be her police interrogation. They would also
She's
find
stupid,
that
for
Lindsay
real.
Googled how to hide bruises multiple
Fucking
times.
smartest Ohio
The doctor
resident.
who examined Hannah would testify that a fall, or even multiple falls, would not have caused the type of injury that took her life. In the end, Lindsay would be found guilty of child endangerment, manslaughter, and murder.
And finally, verdict form 6. As to count 6 of the indictment, murder, in violation of Ohio Revised Code section 2903.02, subsection B. We, the Julian panel jury, do find the defendant, Lindsay Parton, guilty.
Fucked on.
All 12 signatures accompany the verdicts. Ms. Parton, you and your attorneys may have a seat.
Get fucked on, loser.
Defense, would you like the jury polled?
Absolutely.
Mini corn dogs squirting ketchup. She's stupid, for real.
Lindsay would be sentenced to life in prison with the
Fuck.
possibility of parole after 15 years.
Ms. Tyler, would you put our case on the record, please?
State of Ohio versus Lindsay M. Parton, case number CR 18030462. Defendant is present in the courtroom along with her attorneys, Melinda Cook Howard and Chris Eggington. We are set today for sentencing.
So as to count 6, the unclassified felony murder, the sentence by statute is as follows. I do sentence the defendant, Lindsey Parton, to a lifetime imprisonment with parole eligibility after 15 years. I do not have any discretion in terms of when she might be eligible for parole. I also have limited input as to what happens at parole when those 15 years roll around. Parole authority, they have their hearings, they do solicit input from the sentencing judge and the prosecutor's office.
She don't give a fuck.
But ultimately, they are the ones that make that decision. So the sentence that I am ordering is the only sentence that there's no other means of certainty that I can issue that sentence. It's a life sentence.
Get fucked. Yeah, you thought. You really thought.
Doesn't mean that you will get it. Doesn't mean that you won't. I have no way of knowing.
Bitch ass.
If you have found this video informative, please think about subscribing so you don't miss any future videos.
Look,
Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time here on the Red Tree Crime YouTube channel.
So pretty. That's